Alright guys, welcome back to the continuation of the WDS, that's Windows Deployment Service. So let's check this out. So as in my previous video, we have our domain here, and then on the server 2 we've joined into the domain, and then we have installed the Windows Deployment Service here as well. So you can see the Windows Deployment Service is not configured, so we'll see how to configure that, right? So let's get digging. Okay, so as I said earlier on, we'll see how to configure this, right? So this is what you do. Let's right click this, so you're going for to configure server. Okay, now you will have this environment which will actually tell you now before you begin. Okay, ensure that the following requirements are met, right? You can see you need what Active Directory domain service, okay, which I have it on my server 1. Okay, then you need what DHCP, okay, installed. I have it on my server 2, and I have DNS installed on server 1, which come along with Active Directory. Okay, then you need a server has what an NTFS file partition on which to store your image, just like I did when we go to our Explorer. This PC, this very drive here, which is NTFS. If you should right click and then go for properties, right? So you can see file system is what NTFS, which I've done that. Okay, so I've actually met the requirements, so I'm going for next. So now here is when you are configuring, we have standalone server means you are not part of a domain, so you're going for standalone. But this particular server is part of a domain, so you to select what integrated with what Active Directory, so you're going for next. So now this is where you how to specify the path. Okay, so enter the path to the remote installed folder, so where you want your images to be, where the images, all of them should be. So what you do here is you just change this drive letter to E, because it depends on your drive letter, right? So if I go to my Explorer and then this PC, you can see this is the drive I'm going to use for my image. So you can see here is drive letter E, so that is what I've changed, just change the drive letter here to E, so that to go to that particular drive letter. But make sure you maintain this folder, so don't delete this folder, let it be there. Just change the drive letter and you are good to go. So you're going for next. So next. Now select one of the following options. Now do not respond to any client. That means you shouldn't respond to any client as of now, but you say respond to known client and computers. That means you should respond to only known client that he knows. Then we have here respond to all client computers. Okay, that's what known and unknown. Obviously we don't have any client computer here, so obviously you should go in for this. If you say you shouldn't respond to any client computer, that means if you load your image, this installation is not going to work. So we can check this and later see how we can enable this as well. So I can go in for next. So the configuration is going to run, and then finish, and then let me see all tasks. So you can see, so I need to start the service, right? So when I start this, okay, so now you can see it's started. So when I click on any of them, I'll have to do that. So this is how you configure your deployment service server. Now let's right click this and then go for, let me go for properties, right? You can see you have here the Pxe Response. That means installing through the network, right? So when I click here, so you see do not respond to any client, but I need to check this, and then what requires administrative approval for unknown computers. Yes, because if the administrator don't provide his credential, any machine at all can pick up the image and then install. So I can take this for security. So let's go to ADDS. Alright, so if I want it to be part of some, I can create a name, boot. This you should always check this. Okay, required user to press what, F12, right, to boot into this. If the user don't press this, it's not going to work. But we have this, always continue with what, PSP boot. That means you don't require the key, so you just want the PC to pick the image and then install. So let me just click this and then click this, and then I'm good to go. Now later in the video we'll see how we can configure for this. So I'm going for apply. So client architecture, will come to this in the later video when we load our image in here. So DHCP, yes, we maintain by default, right? Multicast, you maintain this by default. Advanced, you maintain this as default. Network, you maintain this as default, and then TFTP, and then you are good to go. So this is how to configure your WDS, okay, environment, right? So thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, right? In the next video we'll see how to load our installation file in the in the folders, in the respective folders. Then we can deploy it to our client machine for installation. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'm bringing more videos on Server 2022. See you guys.